Hitler. We leave because it's a challenge.
Marvellous.
Absolutely disgusting. What's right with it?
I do know what I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your host for tonight's show, a man who started at the bottom and stayed there, Mr. Barry Frank!
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the show. Yes. You know how they have these restaurants in London? Restaurants? Yeah. You know? Yeah. You've probably seen one from outside, yeah? Anyway, in London they've got this really exclusive restaurant. Only the top celebrities go there. You know, Noel from Hearsay, Gary Wilmot, Diane Lee from Peters and Lee. Big names. And I thought, well, why isn't there a celebrity restaurant in Wales? So I've opened one in Skewen. It's called Listeria. And, no, very exclusive. Very exclusive. Whenever I've been there, in fact, I've been the only customer. That's how exclusive it is. No, I'm very pleased with it. I popped in just the other night, ordered a steak. The waiter said, how would you like your steak? Well done? I said, as long as the chef does his best, I don't mind. He said, can I get you a table wine? I said, I'd rather have one made of grapes if you've got them. And then I thought, no, let's have a nice big bottle of champagne to celebrate. He said, what about a Magnum? I said, no, let's just have some champagne for now and maybe a choc isolated. Right, let's go over to Hugh Pugh. Hugh? What? Hugh, you're upside down.
No, you're upside down.
No, seriously, you're up the wrong way.
I've never been up the wrong way. You despicable bag of filth.
This is something to do with Fishguard being twinned with a town in Australia, isn't it?
Drongo.
Well, I was only asking.
No, Drongo's the name of the town, you Drongo.
Why Drongo?
Because the people of Fishguard have got a lot in common with the people of Drongo.
Oh, yeah? What's that? What's that, then?
They all hate you.
Yeah, let's just have the special report.
Adolf Hitler, Attila the Hun, Barry Welsh. 3 of the most hated men the world has ever known. And of the 3, Adolf Hitler, who many believe is responsible for World War II, is the worst. Although Barry Welsh isn't far behind. Anyway, they're all dead. Or are they? Incredible though it may seem, evidence suggests that not only is Adolf Hitler not dead, but he's alive and living here in this pleasant suburb of Fishguard. Impossible, but true. Look at this letter published in Monday's Fish Guardian. Sir, why hasn't that marvellous book, Mein Kampf, by Adolf Hitler, been serialized for television? Everything else has. It makes me want to invade Poland. Yours, A. Hitler. A. Hitler or the Hitler? There's only one way to find out. This is where he lives. No answer. Let's go around the back. A vintage German car. What a giveaway. There's only one other person in Wales who drives a car like that, and that's Mayor of Fishguard, Mr. Kenny Twat. And his is off the road at the moment with a dodgy clutch. I think we've got our man. Let's talk to the neighbours. Hello, Mrs. Are you aware of the fact that you live next door to Mr. Adolf Hitler, the man responsible for the deaths of more than 30 million people?
Oh, yes.
You knew that?
Yes.
Oh. All right. Any idea where he is?
No, unless they've gone to Swansea to the doctor.
Adolf Hitler's got a daughter in Swansea? Of course. Susan Hitler, who runs Herr Hitler's hairdressing salon in St. Helens Road. Oh, Hitler's a family man now, is he? When did you last see him?
Monday.
Monday? The day of the letter in the newspaper. What sort of a mood was he in?
Very quiet and very reserved. But he was enjoying himself in his own way.
That's a relief. So, what sort of a bloke is Adolf Hitler, then? Does he go down the pub at all?
Yes, he enjoyed a pint. I never saw him drunk.
Ah, so he's gone respectable now, is he? Would you say he's a good neighbour?
Yes.
Ah, right. Well, thanks very much for talking to us. Adolf Hitler, then, who it would seem is quite a good neighbour. Although I'm not so sure the people of Poland and France would agree. There's a Hugh Pew in Fishguard, which is not a part of Germany. Or Haverfordwest. Good night.
Yes. Well, I went to the doctor this morning and I said to him, Doctor, I'm very worried because every single day this week I've had an accident in my car. On Monday, I went into the back of a van. Tuesday, I drove into a lamppost. Wednesday, I went into the back of a double-decker bus. And on Thursday, I crashed into a wall. Today, I went over the top of a roundabout, through a hedge and into the back of a caravan parked in someone's drive. I said to the doctor, Doctor, what's going on? What's the matter with me? He said, I think you need a break. Sound advice there from the doctor. And now we're going to get some more sound advice from the nurse here at HTV. Please welcome Matron.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
It's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. So, Matron's going to be answering questions from the audience. So, can we have our first question, please? The gentleman there looks like the Dalai Lama. Yeah.
What causes piles?
Piles, yeah. Very good question. Piles, a subject very close to my heart, not literally, obviously.
Well, basically, Barry, piles or hemorrhoids are swollen veins, on and up the anus.
Oh, yeah.
If you suffer from piles, you have, medically speaking, VA.
Yeah.
Varicose anus, if you like.
Or if you don't like. Yeah. What causes them?
Straining.
Really?
Straining through the act of defecation.
The what?
Defecation.
To...
Doing a poo.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you now. Yeah, do that, yeah.
I mean, they're very common. About half the nation have got them. It's one of the first things a trainee nurse gets to grips with.
Yeah. Actually, just occurred to me, Major, I thought, when you are a trainee nurse, and there's all sorts of horrible things to do, I mean, how do they decide who does the horrible thing? Like a rectal examination, do people just put their hands up? I don't mean that in a dirty way,
We have a rota.
A rota? What, you kind of shove it up and spin it round and kind of... Oh. No, that sounds painful, Matron. Surely that can't be.
No, a rota as in a list of people.
Oh. Silly of me. Sorry. So, piles, how do we avoid them, Matron?
Get rid of all our lavatories. No one has a lavatory in the third world, and no one has piles.
Except on the carpet.
Sitting on the lavatory encourages straining.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That's true. That's
A more natural position for pooing is the squat, which, I think Barry's now going to demonstrate for us.
Well, no, there's no paper. I can't...
It's just a demonstration, Barry.
Well...
Go on now.
All right. Well, yeah, but I won't, I'm not going to do anything.
Comfortable?
Well, no, not...
Good. Now, let's take another question. Yes, you, that nice young lady over there with the purple top.
Yes, how do I stop my husband sleeping with other women?
Yeah, well, you could take a bit more care over your personal appearance for a start.
That's quite enough, Barry.
Sorry, just trying to help.
Name, please. Anne. Right, Anne. Husbands are very much like dogs. And really, they should be treated as such. To retain a dog's affection, you don't... you feed it, don't you? And more importantly, you discipline it. Down, Barry. I mean, husbands need a firm hand.
Not in the way you're thinking.
Stay! Good. Now, let's move this programme on. Next item.
Good day. Dogs. Dogs are bloody lovely creatures, but let's face it, shit isn't. So here's a handy little device for clearing the shit off the pavement. I call it the shit flicker, and it does exactly what it says it does. Place the flicker under the turd and flick. Oh, did you get your mate? Well, you shouldn't have been standing there in the first place, you... Anyway, turds off the pavement, and that's the main thing. Good day.
Yes. Somebody's been mucking about with my face. Makes me look like a Nancy boy. Excuse me. Hello? Who's this? Mrs. Nancy Boyd. Right, yes, no. No. Yes, no. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't an insult directed. I've never met. No, sorry. Sorry, Mrs. Boy. Yeah, bye. What a coincidence. Moving on.
Oi, I was drinking that.
You need to thank me. That bloke will be able to afford a cup of tea now. But more than that, I have restored his faith in human nature. On you go, man. Go ahead. Oh, just passing the time. Somebody's been mucking about with my picture again. Honestly, it just makes me look like an arse. Hello? Yep. No, who is that? Anne. Anne Arse. Oh. No, sir. I'm sorry, Anne. Sorry, Mrs. Arse. I apologise. No, your name's not remotely funny, and there's no insult was intended. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mrs. Arse. Bye. What a coincidence! Moving on. The roads are terrible these days, aren't they? The other day I saw someone just sitting there in the traffic, and I couldn't help thinking, why don't you get a car? Now, we've got lots of... What's the matter? Have you not got a seat? Has she just got here, is she? Late? Yeah. Is there... Oh, that's right, come down here. No, come and sit with me, there we are. There you go. That's it, round a bit. There we are. Oh, you're well built, aren't you? Where are you from?
Cardiff.
Never mind. So, what's your name?
Amber.
OK, now, Dave, we could do a ventriloquist act, couldn't we? Hey? I'd put my hand up your jumper, you'd call the police. No. No, seeing as you're here, Dave, I'll tell you what, you could finish off this item for us if you like. Look, it's on the auto cue just there. If you just read that out loud. Okay.
Did you hear about the Irish airline pilot called Kenny Lingus?
That's a little bit rude, Dave. Actually, Dave made that up herself. That's not a... I think... No, it's a bit... Off you go, Dave. Go and stand at the back. That's... No. Can't have that. Oh, I've gone all stiff now. My leg, that is. Moving on. Go on.
The Adventures of Welshman. These rugby fans have tickets to watch Wales play at the Millennium Stadium, but they are considering not going to the match. This looks like a job for Welshman. Welshman? Welshman? Come on, Welshman. The very fabric of Welsh society is under threat. Is it a pig? Is it a wheelchair? It's Welshman. In speed, Welshman. One of the devotees of the noble game has decided to go shopping with his girlfriend. But Welshman arrives in the nick of time and suggests that they all go to the pub. He offers to buy the first round, and so ensures that they will get to the ground 10 minutes after kickoff, and will in any case decide to watch the game in another pub next to the stadium. Thanks, Welshman, for making sure that these rugby fans will be too drunk to remember that Wales lost again.
Look, somebody's been drawing on my face again. Makes me look like a dickhead. Hello? Who's this? Richard Head. No, Mr. Head, it wasn't a derogatory remark directed at you. No, I've never met you, Mr. Head. No, it won't happen again. Sorry about that. Sorry. Bye. What a coincidence. Moving on.
Hello? I was just thinking about my brother. Didn't know I had a brother, did you? Oh, yes. 5 minutes after I was born, my mother delivered a 9-pound turd. They thought we were twins. I was called Matthew, and the turd was called Mark, because that's what he left on the sheet. Very successful with the ladies he was when he grew up. Oh, yes. Women like a total shit, don't they? And he was a great dancer. Oh, I'd slide across that dance floor. So did everybody else after he'd been on. He was so good he turned pro. Had a career in show business. Richard the Turd. Winnie the Pooh. Shitty Bang Man. Not bad for someone who started at the bottom, But it all ended badly. One of his admirers started stalking him, and eventually my brother got fed up with it and punched him. It was in all the newspapers. Shit, it's fun. And after that, you see, his career was on the skids. He had to get a job as an ingredient in a kebab shop. Then one day, he disappeared. Police found him washed up on the beach at Rill. So I just come back from his funeral. It was a lovely ceremony. There was a small hitch right at the end where he wouldn't go down on the first flight. But the vicar took a brush to him and he went off. Rest in pieces. Good night. Right. Fishguard supermodel Victoria Sponge was at the town hall today to receive top prize at the Fishguard Woman of the Year Awards, held every 6 months. Victoria, who's appeared many times on Antiques Roadshow and Scrap Heap Challenge, thanked everyone present and said she didn't deserve such a splendid award. So, breaking with tradition, they took it back and told her to fuck off. A set of traffic lights has been stolen from a road junction in Fishguard. A spokesman for Fishguard Police said some thieves will stop at nothing. A reference to a paddling poo in St Sardines Park was a printing error, claims editor of the Fishguardian, Rupert Murder. Hundreds of local children, expecting to spend the afternoon up to their knees in excrement, went home bitterly disappointed. Fishguard magazine What's New in Archaeology, all about what's new in archaeology, closed down today when someone pointed out that everything in archaeology is actually very old. And finally, the Welsh Language Homosexual Society's weekly cowboy evening at Fist's nightclub broke up in disarray last night after some of the society's members got out of hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you. Oh, no. Girls, come on, girls. No,
Society spokesman Marvin Gaye said he was absolutely furious about the incident and that he would give the ringleaders a good tongue lashing. Good night.
That's it. Well, that's it for this evening. But before we go, here's a little joke that I made up. How does a plumber mend an hysterical tap? He uses an emotional wrench. I don't know where it comes from, I really... Good night.
Well, Welsh rugby has certainly been in the news today, and next tonight you can see highlights of the 6th and penultimate round of the IRB World Sevens in Cardiff.